Jeff?
Yeah.
Well, he's a fellow musician. We played together for some time now, over a few years.
10.
10 years?
Yeah.
Jesus, I want more money. No, we have enjoyed sharing the music, and this kind of music calls for an honest relaxation and listening and really duplicating what the other players are playing and not just playing for yourself, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying, please explain it to me.
Singing their songs, nothing but bluebirds from now on.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Lee has been a
So,
thorn
son
in
of
my
a
side for me.
He's a nice guy, but a pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass, great friend, and great inspiration to me.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Since I'm 60 years older than you, I've had more experience. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
How old are you now?
I'm 38 now.
38. Jesus. That means I'm
50 years.
53 years old.
Or
No.
49 years older than me.
Yeah. But what's in age? It's in the spirit, right?
And his very young spirit.
Yeah.
It's been a great source of inspiration. Laughs. I've learned a lot playing with him.
You learned the Obama line from me? It would be to listen to a lot of recommended music to begin with, and evaluate it and find out which music really comes home, you know, and then study that music, imitate it, sing it, play it, write it down, and from there take all of this information and make it personal.
I would also say never be afraid to be yourself, because you have to learn, you have to imitate masters, and ultimately you have to find your own voice, because who wants to hear someone repeating something? So really don't be afraid to be yourself and find that voice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just a sheer dance experience, so people can talk and dance and enjoy it as entertainment. This is this similar in ways to listening to classical music, because of the possible quality of the music having a deep effect on people. They sit quietly in a concert hall for a few hours, usually, when the music is good.
I think for me, great art music, jazz and classical music, can be like stories, like books or films. And the more you get accustomed to it, you learn to listen to it and listen to solos and melodies unfold. That's really difficult when you haven't had some introduction to the music.
Yeah.
Sometimes it sounds like you don't know what you're listening to, you don't know how to listen to it.
Yeah.
But once someone's really introduced to it, like that's when it becomes really exciting. Like you can experience the story.
to start as soon as possible and go to the beginning of the great jazz expression with Louis Armstrong, for example, and try to progress step by step through the great players, Lester Young, Coleman Hawkins, Charlie Parker, etc. And then for the more modern music, you know, the students are all studying John Coltrane because he was a master of this music. Some people objected to some of his techniques, but overall, he's someone to study and progress from there. Learn from that and turn it into something personal.
I also think, you know, every musician or aspiring musician finds a way into the music. It's not always the same. It's not always Louis Armstrong or Coltrane. And I think, understand that that's okay. Like, go into the door that excites you, because if you get excited, that's what's going to really push you to learn the history. And then, as Lee was just saying, you have to know the history. You have to listen to all of the music and know where it came from. But follow that spark, the initial thing that makes you like, wow, what is this? New world. That's going to capture you.
Well, I mean, I would like to improve my feeling to write, orchestrate, and that is a new thing for me. I haven't really studied that enough. And just get a band of people that I can pay enough to be a regular band. Because like this kind of a situation, sometimes one guy has another gig and you have to get a substitute and teach him the music and things like that. But usually it works out okay because of the small group and playing on these standard tunes that we play on. Most of the musicians have gone to some extent to learn that music. That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, we're at a time that there's more jazz programs in colleges than there ever has been.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing opportunity for people to learn at an accelerated rate. What I tell my students is that they have to, I think it's very important for me. I went through a lot of schooling, but even before I went to school and all throughout my school, I was playing in clubs, playing with older musicians, and learning the hard way also. And that really made me think differently about music. If it was just one way or the other, if it was just school, it's kind of an abstract thought or an abstract route. So I think it's very important to really play with older, experienced musicians, listen to what they say when they tell you, you know, do this or that, or listen to this. Really take note and listen to it. I think the schools offer an amazing opportunity for people. Like, if you can get with a great teacher, someone who really communicates to you effectively, that's an amazing situation. I think being in the world of playing and in school is the best way.
I was very fortunate to find Lenny Tristano when I was a teenager, and he was he opened my eyes to these things that I'm talking about now, getting to know things really deep down. And I got to play and rehearse and write music for his situation, and I'm very grateful for that. I have an immediate answer. I just played the Union, not the Union, what is that festival?
North Sea?
North Sea Festival, which was open to thousands of people who were coming in and hearing whatever they felt like listening to. And many times they would go in, didn't like the first thing they heard, and leave for another thing, which is unfortunate for them that they didn't give it a fair chance, but maybe because they got to listen to a number of things they wouldn't have listened to otherwise, that they decided, well, let's listen to that Tristana music, that was interesting, or something like that. So I think they're very important as a free thing like that, and then as a special thing with one outstanding group performing and things like that. That's very helpful, I think, to learn the music.
And I think they're very important because it brings musicians from all over the world into places, into cities that you wouldn't, the people in this town or city wouldn't otherwise hear live. Yeah. I mean, look at such a diverse group of musicians that have played here in the festival already. I think, I'm trying to remember how you phrased it before, but we talked about people being exposed to jazz, like I was talking about it, like jazz being like a story. I think getting exposure for the music is the best way to teach people or to invite them in to hear the stories. And the more that can happen, the better for the music and the better for people. Because in general, I think mass media of the world does not promote art, music, or really any of like serious arts in general. It's like the easiest thing to sell in pop music and pop culture and junk food. And this is the fastest and easiest thing to sell, and that's what gets pumped out on the radios, the television, and the more opportunities there are for people to be introduced to art music, jazz and classical music, the better for everyone.